What is up, everybody? All right, I'm with Shaiden Valentine, owner-operator of Mothership Vans, and we're going to tour one of the most elaborate, well-designed layouts, beautiful features of a van. It's because I believe in this young gentleman right here. And I want him to tell you guys everything about the van. So here we go!
Let's go! I'm gonna try to spare you guys the boring stuff because I know there's a million van tours on YouTube now, so we're gonna try to just get you the highlights of what this van is, what makes it different, and kind of like what the whole brand of Mothership is about and what we're trying to create here. So.
Do you want to give an elevator pitch of Mothership?
Yeah, Mothership is really, it is what the name sounds like. It's the base camp for all of your adventures, right? Mothership has become this thing that, for me, it's what I'm passionate about. I love building these vans. I love designing them around my passions, which are honestly like electric vehicles and toys and paramotors, one wheels, surfing, skiing, like just getting out into the outdoors while having all of the amenities and luxuries that you would have in a nice yacht or a house or a mansion or anything like that. Like I'm trying to bring all of the luxury amenities into the most remote destinations while also allowing you to access and charge all of the coolest gear and toys, mountain bikes and anything you can really dream of. So
you just said it was on a Sprinter chassis, so what Sprinter is this?
Yeah, so this is a 170, this is a 4x4, this is the last 4x4 that I'll ever build on.
Why is that? Are you going to do what, all wheels?
Yeah, everything's all-wheel drive now, so we're switching all to the new all-wheel drives. This van is the last non-dually as well, so we've switched completely to dually 170 extended all-wheel drives, the 3500 XD chassis. But this is still an amazing van. It's just the new vans just keep getting better and better and better every year. They're always upgrading things, so we're always trying to stay at the absolute cutting edge. And yeah, I'll give you guys a little walk around the outside, kind of explain some of the exterior upgrades. This, to start off, is a stone gray 4x4 170 fully loaded 2021 Sprinter. We've been working on this for about a year now because we've really just been trying to refine things, so it's taken a lot of work and a lot of time to get it to the point that it's at now. And this is with a team of pretty much 7 people building on it for the past year, so we've really been toying with it and keep taking things in and out and redoing things to make sure that everything is just like absolutely perfect. But this is the first van that we're offering a full 1-year warranty on, and it's the first van that I can say I'm like really proud of the craftsmanship that's gone into it. Starting up here on the front, we do all the same upgrades that we did last time. So we have the backwoods front bumper with a 12,000 pound winch down here. We have your lights down here, here, and here. This is a 20-inch light bar along with 2 pod lights. Up on the roof, we have 2 more pod lights, and then just to top it off on the backwoods XL roof rack, we have 2 50-inch light bars. Those things just put out a ton of light. I think total on the front of the van, we have 140,000 lumens, and then around the sides, we have another like 10 to 20,000 in 360 lighting on the roof rack. So we're right around 150,000 lumens of light. We have a wrap on the hood here. Snorkel over here on the side. This van's going in for full window tint on the front soon here, full ceramic coating so it stays nice and cool in the cab. Up on the roof rack, like I said, backwoods roof rack, that's an XL roof rack. And then we have a Fiamma F45S Eagle. That is a legless awning, and I'll show you guys that coming out right here just so you can kind of see it. So this can come all the way out here and you don't actually even need to bring the legs down. It's pretty sweet. And then we also have another button right here that is a light switch for the lights inside of the awning. So I'm not going to bring this thing all the way out, but as you can see, these legs extend fully. Yeah. And you don't need to have legs deployed, which is amazing.
Is this the one with like the wind control?
Yeah, these will bring themselves automatically back in when the engine starts or when the wind gets too crazy. Showing you guys back over here, we have 2 AMA slider windows. These have screens inside. And then underneath down here, we have the amp research steps on the passenger and driver side. Those automatically open when the sliding door opens or when any of these doors open. These are sweet because they completely flush mount under the van and then deploy back out, and they have nice underlighting as well. Moving back over here, we have Blackwoods. We have Black Rhino rims here. These are, I believe, 17-inch rims, upgraded all-terrain tires. And inside of there, we have a Agile off-road rip kit, as well as a 6,500 pound leaf spring package in the back to really counter all of the weight that goes into the back of the van.
And I can even step back and you guys will see that there is no sag.
Yeah, it's all, everything is designed to be safe and basically designed around the weight of the van. So moving our way back over here. This is Where's this guy from? This is from Owl Vans.
Owl Van.
This is a ski locker. It's a very rare product. They don't make these all the time, but we got one of these for this build. So this holds skis, snowboards, any gear that you want to put in here. It just has a ton of room and really extends your garage outside for stuff that is like really wet and stuff that's going to always be kind of covered in slush or snow. Underneath that is a Owl Van Sherpa rack. You guys have seen a million of those before, but these things are awesome. You can put whatever you want on there. Moving into the garage. This is really the whole point of Mothership, right? The garage and hosting your toys is what I'm obsessed with. So the front of the build is all luxury. It's got your nice Nespresso machine and your studio display. And then the back of the build is where it gets really cool. So this van, we redid the rear layout. This is fresh on this build, and we switched from having a 2/3 shower here with the incinerating toilet on this side to having an entire horizontal garage that's about 2 feet deep. So you're actually able to fit things like electric hydrofoils, things like a paramotor. These are all my favorite toys, right? Like I can.
These are your personal toys, by the way.
These are my personal toys. I love these things. So you can literally take this thing out, you can fold it up, stick it on one side here, and you can take this out and go flying, right? Like these guys over here. We got a bunch of paragliders up here.
We do. I'll try and zoom in on them.
With this van, you're able to charge all of these toys and literally, for example, pull up to an alpine lake up in the middle of the mountains and whip out your electric hydrofoil.
That's so
and go,
cool.
you know, cruise around the lake, or pull out an electric paramotor and go fly like up to 15,000 feet. Like the point of the garage is to enable your access to really remote destinations and experiences that most people never even get to see. A couple other things in here, we can literally store a surfboard, hydrofoil. This is my skydiving rig. We got one wheels over here. You could put an electric Sur-On in here. You can put whatever you want in here, basically. This horizontal garage is something that I finally kind of swung to from my buddy Brandon, and he's been, you know, always doing this for years, and I've always kind of been reluctant. I did my little corner garage, and then I just realized that when you live in a van, I put a priority on having more storage for gear and less priority on having a full-size shower. This van does still have a shower, indoor and outdoor. So right here you have a hot outdoor shower, hot and cold. So you can pull this guy out right here, spray off any of your gear, super easy. And then we also have a water fill here. And this box, a lot of people are gonna be like, what's that box? This is the back side of the fold-down shower pan, which we'll show you if you stick around for the whole video. Back down here, we have a backwoods rear bumper. And then underneath, this is kind of cool, we have a little air compressor port over here.
You do.
So this is connected to the ARB air compressor, and there's a port up in the engine and then a port back here so you can fill up tires.
I see the two one wheels. Do you have capability of power charging those back here?
Yes, yeah, we have 2 AC outlets and 2 DC outlets as well.
Cool.
So you can literally power these one wheels. You can charge one wheels, you can charge the hydrofoil, you can charge the paramotor, you can charge a Sur-On. You can do it all at once. I'm gonna close this real quick.
Okay.
So,
You do have a lot
I
of
would love
toys.
to show you the roof too, because we have a couple cool things on the roof. So do you wanna jump up there? Is that cool?
Sure, why not?
Is that cool?
Am I going up? Yeah. Well, do you want to go up first?
Yeah, sure. So you can climb up here on the Owl Van's ladder right here with our spare tire.
Okay.
And
We're gonna try and do this one-handed-ish.
here, if you want, I can.
All right, all the way up.
I just want to showcase what's up on top of the van here. So at the back we have a 7500 max air, vent fan. Up here we have a Dometic 24-volt air conditioner. This is the RTX 2000. And then we have our 480 watts of fully walkable solar panels up here. These are Merlin solar panels. You can jump up and down. You can put stuff up here. You can store stuff up here. Moving up to the front, we have the top of your skylight where you can access the roof. And this thing opens up right here so you can actually climb out onto the roof if you want. We could also even put a rooftop tent here. This is a great spot for a rooftop tent, although this van doesn't have one right now. And then at the front, that little white thing is a full-time Starlink. So that is on at all times as long as you have the switch turned on, and that has your router in it as well. It's just running off of 12-volt power. It's fully waterproof, weatherproof, and it basically creates a home Wi-Fi network for the van that's connected, you know, wirelessly almost anywhere you go. So that's pretty much everything for the roof.
I mean, look at these views that Shaiden has just now provided for us. Look at that. It's pretty epic. Are we heading inside?
Yeah, we'll head back down.
All right, we're gonna cut this and go inside.
All right, welcome to the interior of the Mothership. So the exterior is really all about rugged performance, getting you out to those remote destinations. It's all about the upgrades and the suspension, and the interior is really all about creating a luxury environment for you so that when you are in those places, you feel like you have all the amenities of home. So to start, I'll go over the layout briefly. For those of you who haven't already seen this front layout, it's very similar to the last one, but we have 2 swivel seats up here. These both flip around basically from driving position into lounge position. These are connected to your lounge. So you have a nice big lounge here that seats about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people if you want to. Up at the front here, let's start here actually. So, sorry to make you move around.
You're fine.
Up at the front, we have an switch pros right here. So this controls all the exterior lighting on the van, as well as your gray tank dump valve. Mine says nitrous on it because I thought that was pretty cool. This van comes with pretty much all of the packages, except it doesn't come with the big screen. It has the 7.25 inch screen here. There's really not too much crazy up in the front. We don't do too much to this other than the switch pros and this nice little headliner shelf. Under here, this is a really cool feature of this van. We just did a basically top of the line Focal sound system. I put a lot of effort into designing the sound system. And so we have a sub underneath this seat right here. That's a 10-inch sub. We have a full Focal 5-channel amp right here that's running the sub, the front speakers, and the 2 rear speakers. So under this bench right here, this is kind of the water bench as well as heater. And this van has a 60-gallon water tank. It's a massive freshwater tank. We're trying to go bigger and bigger and bigger every time because to me, fresh water is just something that you always end up running out of. It's a bit of an annoyance with having.
You run out of water before power.
Yeah, you always run out of water. So to me, it makes sense to have the biggest tank that you can and then just fill it up to whatever level you're comfortable with if you don't want all that weight in the vans. We also upgraded the diesel tank, so that's double capacity. That's a 48-gallon, I think it's S&B components tank down underneath the van. 600-700 miles of range on the van, which is insane.
Wow.
In this bench, we have a Sterling 12 to 24 volt second alternator charger, as well as a second alternator. So we have redundant alternator charging basically. So if your second alternator fails, which is a Nations 24 volt alternator, if that fails, you still have alternator charging, right? And so it's just kind of a cool system where, you know, a lot of times those Nations are alternators. If you do go through like a huge puddle or something like that, they won't necessarily fail, but like you might burn something out temporarily that needs to be fixed or tweaked, and then you still have your charging. So you can also charge with shore power, so you can plug into shore power, of course. And I'm actually working on, not physically but mentally, different ways to be able to have a wind turbine up on the roof. That one's not too hard to do, but I would love to have a 48 volt wind turbine on the new vans. And then I also would love to figure out a hydroelectric turbine that we can drop into a river and have like a little Anderson port on the outside of the van. So
that'd be
throw
interesting.
it in the river and then just get 24/7 power if you're
That'd be interesting.
parked on a river. So those are some of the things that I'm kind of like shooting for, but don't want to promise anything on.
Do you want to show how, yeah, I think that's where you're going with this.
Yeah, another thing about these new builds is we switched to all 1/2-inch bamboo, which is really cool. So everything's a lot lighter. But inside this bench, this is all storage, and then you can just move these out of the way, and that gives you access to your water tank.
Beautiful.
As well as your heater on that side. So everything is really easy to maintain, really easy to access. Over here on the end, we actually do have a gravity fill for your water tank if you ever need a gravity fill, but we do have the pressurized city fill back in the garage.
So you have both.
Yeah, it's always good to have the redundancy there. Same thing with redundancy, you kind of always want everything in the van to have multiple purposes, right? Cool new innovations on this van. One of them is that we just ducted the heat out of the toe kicks. The entire toe kick has heat coming out of it now. So little things like that are what we're trying to do to kind of like elevate the experience in here so you don't feel, you know, a single little hole blowing air out. It should just feel ambient, and that's actually an idea that I got from Brandon, but it should just feel very ambient in the van. Like if you want the heat to turn on, suddenly it's warm. We do have heated floors on this van once again, so there's a heated floor pad running all the way down the aisle here. Working our way back, so this is the rear side of the Focal sound system. This sound system is just insane, high fidelity, pretty much as good as we could find.
Guys, we're not playing any music because I don't have rights to those music, so sorry.
We have a little cubby here. We're going to be putting some bungees across this, so this is going to be your laptop cubby, so you can clamshell your laptop, put it in here, and connect it with a Thunderbolt 3 USB cable if you have a MacBook, and then that'll run all the way over here across the top into your Mac Studio display. This is one of the big upgrades on this van. It's a really beautiful screen. It's a 5K screen, and it has FaceTime and everything built in. So the goal is really to be able to take your laptop and clamshell it right here and leave it here charging full time. And then you pull out your keyboard and your trackpad that are wireless, and you have full access to your computer. So it's just a really nice display, and that just flush mounts right into here, so you can just tuck it right in there. And that's it. So,
and honestly, when I was in here earlier, it didn't even, like, I forgot it was there.
Moving over to the side, we have 4 light switches. These are all dimmer switches. Little AC outlet here, as well as a 12-volt outlet underneath. Open up this bench a little bit later to show you guys the electrical system.
That is the electrical system though, right?
Yeah, that is the whole electrical system, and then this is the water system as well as heater. Moving into the kitchen, we'll start off with just some premium finishes that we've switched to. So we have Phoenix laminate on all of the cabinets in the kitchen. We've really upgraded the quality of the cabinetry in this van. It's just gone to a whole different level from previous build. Dual induction stove over here again. And this is kind of a cool new upgrade, although I'm not totally sure if we'll stick with it, but it's kind of like an invisible sink, so you can just flip this faucet up, then you also have your little soap dispenser here. This is all filtered water in here. But it's just kind of a cool little thing that if you need more counter space and you're not ready to use the sink, you just have extra counter space.
Nice little hideaway. Yeah, I like it.
We have your switches and controls for a few different things. So right here, this is your Starlink switch. So if that is green, that basically means it's on. Then over here, we have your heated gray system. So the entire bottom of the van has a heated gray system, and that is basically heating the solenoid valve as well as all of the plumbing. So that you can go do that in the winter. This is your water pump, so this one turns your water pump on, and then this is your heated floor controller. We haven't finished wiring this in yet, but this is heated floors. We have the Laveo dry flush toilet on a little drawer slide, so that comes right out into the aisle here, and then you can just pop it back in.
Wow, probably my favorite toilet for a van, just a little throwing it out there.
It's pretty sweet, yeah. It's a pretty sick toilet. And all these drawers, these are just common drawers, obviously, but we have organization for utensils and everything, and the goal is actually to get to the point where we have custom inserts made for all your knives and everything like that. These are all just drawers, and then the bottom one is a false drawer. This is your IsoTemp 7-gallon slim hot water heater. So this is a really cool new kind of upgrade that we did on this van. This one runs off of the engine coolant. So whenever the van is running, it's basically heating up the water heater. And then whenever the van is off, it, you know, is still sitting there for probably, I would say about 3 days.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it stays warm a long time.
Like, it stays warm longer than you think it should stay warm. It's crazy.
Is that the 7-gallon?
This is the 7-gallon.
Yeah, cool. That's a big one. Yeah.
Over there on that side as well, you have a electric heating element inside. So that's a 120 volt electric heating element. So if your inverter's on, then it'll also heat with electricity. So if you're parked for more than 3 days, or let's say someone, you know, took a couple showers in a row and used all the hot water, then you could always, like, you know, just turn on the heating element without having to turn on the van. We'll just come right into here, actually, because we're kind of working our way around. So this is the new innovation on the van. This is where the shower went. And this was basically essentially based on a balance of priorities, right? So everything from here back on the motherships from here on out is basically going to be a balance of shower to garage. And so this van, we have a huge garage. Like, this is like a 90% garage, 10% shower. But we could also do a 50% garage, 50% shower, or, you know, 100% shower, 100% garage, right? Anything that our client basically wants. So basically from here forward on all the new vans, this will all be pretty fixed, and you'll just be able to choose the colors. From here back though, you'll be able to tell us kind of what you want in terms of how big of a shower or how big of a garage you want.
And before you actually put that shower down, people might be asking what the heck that hole is.
This is a trash chute.
Okay.
So this is multi-function trash chute. We're gonna put a little door on here, a little spring-loaded door, and then you'll be able to basically just throw trash into the garage. So, you know, you can have a bag back there or a trash can. But the cool part about this is that it keeps your trash, and then your laundry, same thing on this side. There's a little laundry chute here coming out of the closet.
That's the other hole on the other side, right?
Yeah, it just keeps all that junk outside of the living area, right? That's a big issue when you're living in a van full time with people in here, is that, like, you cook one dinner and suddenly there's trash all over the counters, and, you know, then everyone gets changed and there's, like, you know, laundry sitting everywhere. It's just, I'm kind of OCD. So this shower pan basically folds down to the floor here. This is a really cool thing. Super strong stainless steel. It's all powder coated as well. And then these basically, this is the curtain here. So let's see if I can set this up for you guys. So basically, I'll set it up roughly just so you can kind of get an idea. But these come up here, these magnet up to the ceiling. That goes back there. And then essentially that just pulls up like that, and you can climb in there and you have a full hot and cold shower in the van. Then when you're done, you literally just pop these off the magnets, tuck the whole thing away, and just like that, you're not wasting an entire cavity for a shower. For some people, they would prefer to have a whole shower in the back, so that's where we kind of offer that optionality, anywhere from a fold-up shower pan to, you know, a 4-foot by 6-foot shower.
It's nice having options.
So, moving from the closet here, so you got a full, you know, 24-inch wide closet for hanging shirts up at the top, a bunch of drawers going down. We also switched to these new latches that are really cool, so when you open them, they don't actually pull out, but all you have to do is turn them one direction or the other, and that's actually a mechanical latch. This is just a lot of drawers down here for storage, and then generally at the bottom, that's like a linens drawer. Right here, we have a pantry, so this is essentially for cleaning supplies. Down here at the bottom, we cut in little inserts for bottles of wine, but we could also give you different inserts for any of your favorite drinks, or really anything that you want to fit in there and not move around too much. So moving up here, we have the Nespresso machine. I'm super excited about this. So this guy slides out here, and this runs on 120, but you basically can just have all your pods and coffee and stuff up here. Pop that in, and then you have a full coffee maker in your van.
So do you have an outlet back behind that?
Yeah, this is all wired in. So when the inverter's on, this is automatically on.
Gotcha.
So yeah, pretty sweet. Up here, we have your overhead cabinets. We've done some really cool little inserts up here for all of your glasses, so these slide into foam padded inserts, and nice little coffee mugs as well for your coffee house. We're going to start doing custom inserts on all the vans, basically for all of your glasses, for all of your plates, really everything needing to have an actual secured spot. That we added these automatic turn on lights in the closet and the overhead cabinets. So whenever you close these turn off, and then when you turn them, they turn back on.
Oh,
so
nice.
You need to get in there.
Just a little added feature.
We have full indirect lighting all the way down the toe kicks, and let's see, we got a vent fan up here that is mixed between the garage and the steam coming off the kitchen. So the placement of this was pretty particular based on where you're cooking and where you're taking a shower, and then all of the cross ventilation coming from the front of the van all the way up out of the van.
Refrigerator, I was curious.
Oh yeah, we got a fridge right here. So this is a Dometic CRX 110. We just took this on a little trip, so it's got some stuff in there. But although on the new vans, we are going to switch to a vertical fridge here. That's that's a 150. So that's substantially more space inside the fridge, but it's also just that it's going to basically go vertical here. The big feature in the van, for those who don't know.
Oh yeah, I just forgot about it.
The bed.
I'm going to step to the front. You want to do that?
Good. Yeah. So this is the Happy Jack. This is a Happy Jack bed system up here at the front. The only con of it is that it's a little bit short here, but the pros are that you have a queen size bed up against the ceiling. So you can literally lower this down right here.
Now we're not going to go all the way down because of this table right here, guys.
But yeah, you can lower this down basically to whatever height you want, and you can have it in bunk bed mode, you can have it in regular queen size bed mode, but this literally will go down to wherever you want. The cool part about this—
You going back up on me?
Oh, what's up?
You going back up on me?
I can bring it down, yeah.
Yeah, so I can bring the camera up here. Everybody can see. Hey, Shaiden.
Hello. The cool part about this one is that we have this entire platform fabricated, so you can actually open it up on the end if you want, or I can, here, I'll flip.
Yeah, no, we can do this. Okay. Yeah.
So it's all anodized aluminum now, and powder coated aluminum. So we had the entire platform custom welded, and it's just a lot more robust than anything that we've done in the past, but it's also way lighter, so we shaved about 200 pounds off of this bed lift. You also have your lights against the ceiling, and then your nice surround sound system while you're in bed here. And even if you bring the bed down all the way, you can bring the screen out in the corner of your bed and watch TV.
Oh, that's true, huh?
So, when it's in bunk bed mode, you can sleep 2 people up here pretty comfortably, and then 2 people down below on the lower bed, which converts. So I'll show you guys that here in a second.
Yeah, so go ahead.
This entire area is what really flips across. So this cushion comes down right here. This table drops down onto these little ridges, and then we have another filler piece right here.
I have another leaf, okay.
So this is just another leaf that goes down in there. And this could also be another table too if someone wanted it to be. But
well, you actually have another mounting point for a lagoon.
Yeah, this is a lagoon right here. Lagoon mounting point here and here, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Let me open up this bench, show you guys the electrical.
That's going to be
yeah. The electrical,
something that you pride yourself on.
The electrical is definitely my bread and butter, and the thing that really makes my vans different and makes them special, and I really put a lot of work into designing these electrical systems. So this one's really cool because it has this nice plexiglass viewing panel here. So
you pride yourself on it because you're friends with some of the some people in this industry. That, you know.
Yeah, Brandon, Will, Will especially. My friend Will Prowse has really pushed me to do cleaner electrical systems and really make sure that everything is like as good as it possibly can be. So we've definitely stepped it up on this build. Actually, it took out one of the batteries. We went down to 15 kilowatt hours from 20 kilowatt hours on the previous van.
Interesting. Why is that?
Mainly because well, 1, we got rid of the incinerating toilet. 2, we got rid of the electric water heater.
That helps, yep.
And 3, we have way more charging capacity. So we have the second alternator, the redundant alternator charging, and then the solar coming in, right? And shore power. So it's like we took out so much of the need for more battery, and we're kind of just preferring to have more charging capacity rather than battery capacity, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to stick with 15 kilowatt hours on all the builds now. On this one, we have 15 kilowatt hours of battery. So 3 of these big batteries in here. These are signature solar batteries. There's not much to see in here other than what you can see through here, but we have your links distribution panels basically. So this is what combines all of your batteries together. Or I'm sorry, this one's for battery combination. This is your link shunt. So this is showing and sending all of the battery and electronic info up to your servo, which is up here on the wall up here. Mm-hmm. So this basically gives you all of your data on your entire system as well as your water tank capacities. Over here, this is what's basically distributing all the loads. And then these are 2 24 to 12 volt step down converters that are running the air conditioner as well as the other 12 volt circuits in the van, since you can't get everything in 24. This is the last van that we're doing 24. 24 is a great voltage. but we're ultimately switching up to 48 so that it's just as efficient as possible. And we're switching to kind of a new electronic system on the new vans. We got your little distribution panel in here, and then we also have a Ames 24 volt 6,000 watt inverter charger in there. So it's just an absolute unit, and that inverter is literally this entire side underneath, and that thing gets pretty hot. So what we did is we created this really cool little ducting system that sucks air in this entire toe kick. Same thing how this toe kick puts out hot air. This toe kick sucks in cold air, ventilates it across all of the components in here, and then pulls it right out here on the face. And that is all thermostatically controlled, so whenever it gets hot in here, it automatically starts to circulate air. Same thing on the fridge, and same thing on the microwave. So everything in the van is fully ventilated and safe. That's the van.
Now, if you guys couldn't tell, this van is for sale. We never really officially said that, although it is for sale.
Yeah, this van's up for sale, and there's actually a new van as well that's up for sale. So this one will probably go within the next month here, but
we want people to comment if they liked your last one with the pass-through, right? Yeah. So maybe you you can kind of ask the audience which one they prefer.
What do you guys think? You know, like I get tons of comments. Everybody misses the old shower layout, but I hope you understand the difference between having, you know, part of it as a garage and part of it as a shower. It's really like based on your personal priorities if you prefer more storage or more shower space. So on the new vans, I'm adding a steam room into the middle of this. So that's kind of a cool new surprise that you should stay tuned for.
Am I coming back out for that?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you.
That'll probably be in March. Yeah. So
that'll be if you can get it done by March. By the way, I'm coming out here for Tiny Fest.
Oh yeah. Hopefully we have one in Tiny Fest. I would love to have that.
I would love for you to have that in Tiny Fest. Let us know, comment, because Shaiden does read the comments. Everybody.
Yeah.
I try.
Any other improvements, colors, you know, design choices. We're switching out from all this bamboo.
I was gonna say you're changing the bamboo on the next one.
Best designers are the people testing these vans and who are coming up with new ideas, and so I always appreciate the feedback, and you know, we can incorporate all that stuff into the new vans, which just for an idea, a point of reference, you know, this van, I think this one had like 60 changes from the previous van, and my new list in my phone of changes and improvements on this van to the new vans that we're working on, those new dualies, I have about 115, 120 changes and improvements, and that's not just like little details, that's like big systematic changes, and so we're really shifting a lot on the new rigs. And
now I know you're not gonna share the exact price.
Yeah.
I know that but I want people to understand the value of these vans. They hear $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 vans, and they're just like, why?
Why are they so expensive?
Why are they so expensive? Why are you better than any other van that's like, why is a $200,000 van different than a $350,000 van? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, basically in those simpler vans, they're simpler, right? They just have simpler systems. They're not pushing the limits and taking this like cutting edge approach. So the main point of Mothership is really to create something that is at the top. And so these vans are not for everybody. They're really for people who want the best van on earth, right? They want the absolute like latest technology, the cutting edge, whatever I can come up with, which I'm obsessed with tech, I'm going to put in here right away. So it's for people who want the best. It's not for people who are trying to save money or get a budget van.
I don't think you have anything else to show us. I think this is a long enough tour, and we've all seen that pretty face long enough. But hey, can you please tell us where to find you?
Yeah.
Where to look for more things about you, etc., and so forth.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching. First of all, I really appreciate it. Without these videos, I wouldn't have ever been able to get to this position that I'm in today, which is...
Would you ever have thought that you would been at this position?
You know, there's a small part of me, I'm a dreamer. There's a part of me that was like, I think I'm going to make it all the way, but
I like
it just keeps getting better. But definitely, it's... When I look at the vans, I'm definitely in shock. I used to come in vans like this and be like, oh my God, these are so cool.
And now you're building them.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. To get in touch, feel free to check out my website, Mothership Vans. You can always send me an email directly, Shaiden@mothershipvans.com. Send me a DM on Instagram @Shaiden or @MothershipVans. My YouTube channel is Shaiden Valentine. That's a lot of different things, but...
Well, all the links and everything will be in the description below. I've done some overlays for everybody, but everything will be in the description below, so please check that information out. All right, dude, I can't thank you enough for actually having me out here and kind of showing this new Mothership van. I know this isn't new, but dude, this is new to me.
The honor is mine. Once again, thank you, Jared. Thank you to all of you guys. I cannot express that gratitude enough. Like, you guys have changed my life, and now I get to build really cool things.
Shaiden and I are going to catch this last bit of sunset. Look at that. As the power glider, or whoever they are. It goes right past it. That's so awesome, dude.
So nice.
This is why we do what we do, everybody.
I could conquer the night if I can make it if